If you've seen my content before, you're probably wondering, why have I started beatboxing lately? Well, before I get into that, let me just say this now. Thank you for tuning in to 12.9 Show FM. My name is KJ, and this is going to be my rant on how an unexpected hobby became one of my biggest passions. And I'm going to be starting ranting in 3, 2, 1. First off, let me be clear, this is not turning into a music channel or anything like that. It's just one of the many hobbies that I do have, and it also, again, like in the title, is one of my many passions. So a little bit of a story time real quick. So regarding my musical background and stuff like that. So I have always been a kid that loves to sing. Alright, I've always loved singing growing up. I remember I was singing Happy by Pharrell Williams when I was like about 5 years old. So yeah, I can recall a lot of me just singing throughout a lot of my childhood. At some points I stopped singing for like a little bit, but I always loved singing as a whole. My music taste was mostly affected from my dad. Shout out to him for getting me into classic rock from freaking 70s to 90s. Some of my favorite songs from that time. And I'm gonna be honest, my mom's music taste, Brett's mom's music taste, R&B. R&B nowadays is kind of mid, I'm gonna be honest. But I'm gonna just say this now. Also, this whole thing, I have almost no prior knowledge of music at all. Like, all I've had was music classes back when I was in elementary school. That's it. So no, I didn't have any singing lessons at all. All of the things that I do singing wise were mostly, if not completely, self-taught. So a lot of this just came from me singing for a very long time. So let me just point that out there. I've never, even in like middle school and now, I was never in band or orchestra. I was never into any other sort of music beforehand. So I had no experience goofing around in like a band lab, for example. I used it for like a little bit, didn't understand anything that I was doing at all. So yeah, that's just the story of my life right there. And I don't even know anything instrument-wise. Well, I kind of do. And that's the ukulele. That's like the only thing that I know musically-wise is, I'm not going to play it right now because I don't have both my hands free. So that's kind of why. So how I initially first learned about beatboxing and whatnot was from a not-so-distant cousin of mine when I was living with my grandpa over in East Texas for a summer. And the thing being, I was like 10 or 11. And want to know what my cousin taught me? That's what I learned. That like, when you think, majority of the time when you think of beatboxing, you think of that's what you mainly think about. And I can understand, or people thinking about rap music, like old school rap. But I don't view it as that. There's a lot more to beatboxing than just that. There's, good God, I'll put a clip up on screen. Yeah, no, it's absolutely insane. I am not that good. Mainly because I don't do anything too heavily battle-wise. I would like to, but more into that soon. A lot of my inspirations come from mainly two specific beatboxers. Actually, no, 3. Dlow, Codfish, and Wing. Codfish being one of my heaviest inspirations. This man has made some absolute freaking bangers. One of them being Boulevard of Broken Dreams. It's a cover of Boulevard of Broken Dreams, my bad. Which, like, come on.
I walk alone and I walk up.
It's one of my favorite covers of any song of all time. Another one being Don't Bring Me Down.
Yes, I can. Don't bring me down. But I'm feeling this one. Down, don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me.
Yeah, fun fact, actually, I came across him on TikTok, by the way. I didn't even come across him on his official channel, so go check his stuff out for sure. I would highly recommend it. So now as for my current journey and as for like how things have been going on recently, fun fact actually, at my school, I performed live on stage. Good God, was it an absolute headache for me to figure out, because the thing was that there was almost zero planning to it, so I had to do a whole bunch of running back and forth between like staff at my school to get my hands on a speaker and a half decent microphone, and it turned out pretty okay. It's just what kind of really diminished the quality of the whole experience when I was up on there live was just the mic quality. That's it. And maybe the speakers too, but that's mainly because people were standing way further back. Like they should have been like a whole lot closer to the freaking speakers, you know what I mean? Because otherwise they wouldn't be able to hear me. I'm talking a little bit faster. For the most part though, my experience when I was up on stage, I had an amazing time being up there. For the most part, I was mainly focusing more heavily on my own sounds and also my muscle memory from the sets that I did live up there. It was really, really fun though, seeing all the people there. If you're one of the people that got to see me live up on stage, shout out to y'all. Hope y'all had an amazing time there. I for sure did. To be honest, it was just really rough for me because the thing was that I performed not just in front of like people in my current grade level, but also like lower grades as well. So I performed in front of a lot of people. It was, again, I had an amazing time. And there's a lot of things I think I can improve on, but I'm definitely making a lot of progress to doing so. How I initially started beatboxing consistently was about a couple of years ago. So this was, I think, back in late 2024 was when I started beatboxing consistently. All I know is like that's mainly what I knew, and it wasn't great, but it was a decent start. Then I learned. Then I also learned. I learned my spit snare as well. Recently, I fully learned my my lip rolls. It was really fun learning it. It took a long time. It was one of the hardest sounds that I had to learn. But anyways, that was just like the more basic stuff. I learned some of that over time. A lot of the things I was doing starting out was kind of me copying a little bit to some extent. I'll admit that, but it wasn't too much copying, you know what I mean? I had fun doing it though, practicing day after day after day. And now I've made some of my own sets. Some of them may not be the best, but I'm happy with how they turned out. Go check them out, by the way. Go check them out. Title card up there. So as for the now, as for like, oh hey, why am I showing off my beatboxing now? Is mainly because I feel proud of myself enough to be able to show it in front of all of y'all. Like, to be honest, I'm pretty proud of, for example, Sick of Your Lies. One of the songs that I definitely worked the most on for months. Yeah, I was working on that for a hot second. Like, I was like cooking it up since I think March. Since March of this year, I was cooking it up. And then I finally had the routine all the way down and all that so I can record it. Didn't record it for another month, and then I finally got it down in one take, and then that's done. And also, the reason why I wanted to start showing it off now is just because I think it would be fun for me to share my own stuff, me learning from them, me hearing y'all's feedback and all that, just have as much fun as I can. That's what I've always wanted to do with my music and all that anyway. Anyways, for how I think I'd want this to go next, for like where I'd want this whole thing to go, beatboxing and all, is that I don't want this to turn into like the whole thing about like what the channel is going to be. I just find it as just a really fun hobby that's now one of my biggest passions. It's so much fun, but I'll do some more in the future, but I'm not going to immediately post them just yet. I already have some of them already done, but I'm not going to show them off just yet. I'm just saving that little bit for later, you know, just keep up that suspense. I want to post some of my other content first that I've been wanting to do for a little bit, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Mainly this channel is intended to just be more about my own hobbies and my own random hyperfixations and stuff like that, and my goofiness. Basically, that's what this is. This is basically the channel that's basically just the definition of ADHD, except less brain rotted. Anyways, thank you so much for your time. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Go check out my 2 songs. And one more thing, don't forget to stay unbelievable.